So I'm really excited today to talk to you for the next 20 minutes or so about what I think is one of the most exciting topics of our time. And before I dive in, let me just also say how pleased I am to be here at London Tech Week. We're very proud headline sponsors this year. And London Tech Week is important to us because, of course, I hope you'll all agree that London and the UK more broadly is really a technology center of excellence around the world. And I think this event gives us an opportunity to come together as a community across the week and together collectively ensure that the UK continues to remain at the forefront as this AI revolution evolves. So let me first share a little bit about how Microsoft views AI and what it means to us. So we define AI essentially as a set of technologies that perceive, that learn, that reason over vast quantities of data, that understand and interpret meaning from that data in order to solve real-life problems, and that interact with humans in natural ways, using vision, speech, hearing, etc. And our approach to AI is ultimately one that is entirely human-centric. We really believe that AI and humans working together are capable of achieving much more than humans on their own. We believe that AI can extend human capabilities and really free us up to do the things that humans do best: creativity, strategy, innovation, compassion, patient care, and so on. Empowering every person and organization on the planet to achieve more is our mission as a company. And just like we were determined to put a PC in every home and on every desk and to really democratize computing 3 decades ago, we're determined to put AI in the hands of everyone. It's not a technology that should be in the hands of a few. We believe that the AI revolution will have exponentially greater impact than the PC revolution or even the mobile revolution did. So AI is certainly not new. In fact, since the days of Alan Turing doing code cracking in Bletchley Park in World War II, AI has been around for a while. So what is it about this moment in time right now that is so opportune? Well, we see 3 technology advances that are happening right now that are really accelerating the pace of AI. And the first one is just the explosive growth of ground truth data. The proliferation of connected consumer devices, whether it's your phone or your laptop or your Fitbits or your cameras or home appliances that are connected to the internet, your TV, your refrigerator, your car, they're all generating masses of data. And you add to that industrial IoT, which is also exploding, and you get an amount of data that is simply impossible for humans to consume and reason over. And of course, ground truth data, as we all know, is the fuel for AI. So that's the first thing that's happening. The second thing that's happening, it's just the power and pervasiveness of cloud. So we think about cloud as a continuum from on-premise to private cloud to public cloud to what we call the intelligent edge. Think of it as a ubiquitous computing fabric that is ingesting data from multiple sources, delivering high-performance compute and advanced data analysis in real time right to where our customers need it the most. We are investing in extending the edges of our cloud all the time. In fact, just 2 weeks ago, you might have read that we sank a prototypical data center in the sea off the coast of the Orkney Islands up in Scotland, which is completely it's energized by wave energy and tidal energy. So that's an example of how we're extending the edge of our cloud. And then the third technology trend that's accelerating the development of AI is just the development of really powerful breakthrough algorithms that use the power of cloud, that reason over all this data, that apply machine learning and start to mimic human brain function much more closely than ever before. So AI is not something that is, coming soon to a theater near you. It's something that is here right now. And we see it every day with the customers we work with and internally with our own teams, our own products and services. We're infusing AI into all of our core products, including Office, Windows, Cortana, as you can see here, Excel, PowerPoint, all infused with AI. We're also working up in Cambridge through Microsoft Research on some really breakthrough applications and services. For example, we have something called Inner Eye, which is helping radiologists basically diagnose tumors using AI. And the other example here is we're working with Oxford University and UNICEF using AI to bring clean drinking water to rural communities in Asia and Africa. So whether you call this, the fourth industrial revolution or whatever name you want to give it, I think it's very clear that we are now in a new AI-led, data-led compute cycle, if you will. And it potentially advances our understanding of the world in enormous ways. And it empowers us, I think, to solve some of the world's most challenging problems. So not only is AI here now, but it is accelerating at an incredible pace. And let me give you just a few statistics to make that real. 75% of all applications will be infused with AI by the end of this year. 85% of enterprises by 2020 will be using AI in some way. And by 2025, 95% of customer service conversations will be with an AI chatbot. And as AI becomes more mainstream and organizations really embrace this technology to transform, we think the impacts will be amazing. Deeper customer engagements than ever before, improved employee productivity, more streamlined business processes, and all new innovative products and service models as well. And of course, in terms of economic impact, that's pretty promising as well. According to multiple sources that we referred to, it's estimated that AI could add £650 billion to the UK economy in the next 15 or so years. I was interested to read a report recently from Oxford Insights that named the UK as the most AI-ready country in the world, citing its world-leading R&D institutions, strong tech industry, and the government's cloud-first policy. So let's have a look quickly at how we are working with some of our customers on AI. I'll start with Hiscox. So this is a FTSE 250 insurance company. They insure lots of different types of risks, including flood risk. And Hiscox used to take about 8 months and spend thousands of pounds to run complex flood risk analysis. With AI now, they are making the same calculations, the same risk analysis in 12 hours for about £600 and with far greater accuracy. So using AI, they've really transformed their customer proposition. They're better able to compete effectively in their market and offer their customers better pricing and ultimately better manage their risk profile. The next one I wanted to mention, small FMCG company I'm sure you've all heard of. This is Unilever. They are using AI to transform their employee experience. They employ 160,000 people across 52 countries. It makes huge demands on a traditional HR function. So they've used AI to develop something called the Unibot, which answers queries about basic pay and benefits. And this has freed up the time of the HR team to focus on more strategic priorities. And employees love it because they can get answers to their question 24/7 and they never have to pick up the phone to the HR team. So the bottom line business benefits of this are super clear. But AI also has the power to transform healthcare. And you might be aware the Prime Minister, I think a couple weeks ago, was in Macclesfield and made a speech where she called on the NHS to harness the power of AI to drive better healthcare outcomes. Well, some of the NHS trusts are already doing that. And we're working with the Great Ormond Street Hospital. And they are using AI and machine learning basically to develop medical chatbots and other applications to provide safer and more effective personalized patient care for children. And it's amazing to see how AI is transforming these organizations, but this really is just the tip of the iceberg. We are seeing the possibilities of AI to even revolutionize the way we bring help to those who desperately need it anywhere in the world. pretty exciting. So with all this opportunity, of course, comes great responsibility as well. And just like any other new technology shift or industrial revolution, AI presents lots of unintended consequences. And one of those unintended consequences is obviously the risk of impact to the traditional job market. And we have a realistic outlook on this. We understand that the landscape will change. I think that's clear. Some jobs may be impacted, but many others will be created. And some, I think, aren't even clear to us today, not even known. But what is clear to us is that we have to prepare the workforce of today for the jobs of tomorrow with the right 21st century digital skills. And it's really the responsibility of all of industry, I think, and government and educators working together to partner on this challenge. We have to ensure that AI is developed and deployed in a way that doesn't leave people behind because of lack of digital skills. And that's why last year we announced our Digital Skills 2020 program. I'm not going to read the slide, but it basically summarizes our commitment to digital skills here in the UK. And for us, it's really about inspiring kids to choose a career in technology by engaging them in coding. It's about creating technical apprenticeship opportunities for young people as a legitimate alternative to university. Equally important, though, is reskilling those who are already in the workforce, whether they're IT professionals or public sector officials who need to be trained in advanced cloud technologies, who need to understand the basic principles of AI and machine learning. And as great as I feel about these commitments, and I do, it's not enough. It's not enough. We really need the whole industry together, working with government and educators to ensure, again, that no one is left behind. But our sense of responsibility as Microsoft goes beyond just digital skills. We recently published a book, which I recommend. It's called Future Computed. And in that book, we set out some core AI principles. These are principles for the design, the development, the deployment of AI in a responsible way. And the first principle, as you can see there, is fairness. And what we mean by that is safeguarding against bias. Right? We know that there's bias in the real world. We want to make sure that it doesn't creep into the AI world. And unfortunately, Microsoft has a little bit of experience in this area. So you may be familiar a few years ago with an AI chatbot that we developed named Tay. Unfortunately, the real world was a bit too much for Tay, and some people gamed her into tweeting some offensive material, which I won't repeat. But although that was amusing for some, it was a painful and valuable learning for us, because we learned that you need to invest in the R&D and the algorithms that understand context and that identify bias and that remove it from the conversation. So we now have an AI chatbot. Her name is Xiaoweiss. She's in China. And she's the first AI-powered chatbot that is capable of natural conversation. She's been designed with empathy and understanding. If we get this right, if we can design AI with empathy, the potential that it has for your organizations to create really personalized relationships with your customers at scale is really, really exciting. In terms of the other principles, algorithmic accountability is the next principle. We just need to ensure, and we're committed to ensuring, that humans are accountable and in control of AI at all times to ensure that systems are safe and secure and data is private. Transparency, meaning all systems need to be understandable and well documented. And we're working with the Partnership on AI to develop some industry best practices in this area. And finally, ethics. I mean, in the book Future Computed that I mentioned, we've actually suggested that AI practitioners adopt a Hippocratic oath, much like doctors, to do no harm. We really believe that AI has to assist and augment humanity and not oppose it. And I really encourage every organization designing and deploying AI to put safeguards in place in your organization to ensure that AI is being used as a force for good. And we're really delighted to see recently that the UK government is also starting to focus on AI principles and ethics. This is a quote from a recent House of Lords Select Committee report on AI. It calls for an AI code of conduct, which we really strongly endorse. In fact, recently, Microsoft put an ethics committee in place within our company, which brings together senior leaders from across the company, and it is their responsibility to create policies and procedures to ensure that we develop and deploy AI in a way that's both responsible and ethical. So just in closing, I'd really like to ask you all to think about your organizations. As you look to embrace AI, which I believe you all will, what principles and ethics will you apply? How will you harness the power of AI to unlock all the fantastic opportunities that are out there and use AI as a force for good? You can probably tell I'm incredibly excited about what's possible, and I really believe that organizations that have the confidence to test and learn early will be at the forefront and enjoy first mover advantage within their markets. And I hope you agree that we have the responsibility to balance what's possible with what's right, and not just build what we can, but build what we should. And collectively, I think we can build an AI that is trusted and really puts humans at the center. Thank you very much. Enjoy your lunch.
Cindy Rose, thank you very much indeed. Absolutely brilliant.